I'm fully convinced that a lot of y'all men don't like women. Y'all like little girls. Y'all walk around talking about it's just prefer. I just have preferences. Talking about no saggy skin, no cellulite, no stretch marks. Titties need to be all the way up here. Okay, titties tiny and up here. No hair on your body at all, and she needs to be small, cute little voice. Yeah, what you're describing is a prepubescent girl, a child. The problem is y'all don't like women. Y'all like children, and it's weird as hell.
All right. Did you were you able to see and hear all of that? All right. So yeah. So but that's gonna be my very my first question. So I saw this video on trending on social media, and let me ask you. That's my first question. Is I know most every woman has their preferences, right? You have your preferences of what you look for and what you want out of the man, right? So uh, so my question for you is it do you if you have preferences do you believe it's okay for men to have their preferences also and ask that out of women the same way women have preferences and they ask that from the men. You have preferences and then men should have preferences as well, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
It's okay, right?
Yes, it's for me. It's okay because it's not. It's not like personal or a bad thing. It's just I think that it wouldn't be fair if women could have their preferences and men couldn't.
Do you believe this? Do you believe sometimes do you believe sometimes a lot of what are preferences? Let me ask you, because one of the biggest things I have noticed in today's dating culture is um sometimes when men speak up of what they want out of women, they get mad, especially that you saw the reaction of that girl in that video. All right. So let me ask you, what are the preferences that men have that you notice a lot of women get upset about?
For me, a lot of preferences I noticed that women would get mad about from men would be like something like a skinny girl or big girl. Uh, that's not a problem to me because it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Hmm.
But for other girls, it would probably be a big problem because some girls would be insecure about their own body, and
Hmm.
that's not that's a it is what it is too. But something like that, or oh, somebody has to be rich is another thing that some women or men would get angry about with preferences, but or
Yes.
ethnicities too.
Yeah. Yeah. So if a guy said, if a guy said, what, I only want to date girls that have a nice body or fit, that's okay with you?
That's okay because there's plenty of other people
Yeah.
out there in
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm not gonna stress that stuff. So if he prefers that, then okay, next person.
All right. Yeah. I know. I know. That's one. I know when we were reacting to that girl when I saw in that video. That's something I've noticed that when girls that especially girls that they struggle to attract the men they want, or they struggle to attract relationships. A lot of times, they want to blame the men,
The guy.
the guy, for why they're not choosing her compared to choosing the other girl. And I always say, like, everybody has their preferences, men and women. They all have their preferences. So I just noticed, especially when it comes to the modern women today, that if the men don't pick them, um, then they blame the guy. The guy's being the guy shaming her because he didn't pick her. He went for the other girl that was more slimmer, that was more in shape. And I always say, like, look, both men and women have preferences. Just if they're not picking you, that's fine. And but if you still want that guy, then find out what he likes and then put in the work.
Right, right.
All right.
I was gonna say that if it's like that, it's either because they can't accept the fact that it is what it is, or they just don't want to change themselves for that person.
Yeah. Especially with that girl that was on that video, she was saying like that you know guys like little girls, skinny, smaller. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with having there's some guys that like big girls and more thicker girls, plus size, and there's some guys that like skinny girls and
Mm.
like girls are more slim or more in fit. But the one thing that we all know, I was we all know that men, we're more. we focus more on the physical looks of a woman more than a woman. So that was a video I saw trending on social media, and I was like I saw that girl. I was like, yo, I'm sure you have your preferences too. And
Right.
and when the people that I do see that say, you know what, you should love everybody and you should never judge anybody based on your preferences. I'm like, and the one thing I do know is like, no, you have your preferences. There's a lot of guys in your DMs right now you're not responding to. There's a lot of guys. Every girl has men in her DMs that they don't respond to, or every girl has a guy that they friend zone. That they friend zone because he didn't meet your preferences. So the idea that everybody should love each other, no, that's BS. Everybody has a preference. So it's just if you're not attracting the guy that you want, he's choosing somebody else, then it's not the guy's fault. It's just he just doesn't like you. And if you want to be more attractive, then you have to like make certain changes, or if you want to, if you make certain changes, so that way it makes you more attractive to that person. All right. Let me ask you, what's your preferences in guys? What do you look? What's your preference? What do you look for in men?
Um. Oh gosh. Physical wise or
Yeah, yeah. Let's make it more simple. Like, what's your preferred height?
preferred height? At least 6 foot or above.
I am done. That's
Because I just don't like a guy that's the same.
every girl wants a 6 foot dude. All right. How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 4'11". I'm 4'11".
4'11". You want a 6 foot guy? Oh my god. Does he have to be? Does he have to be 6 foot?
No, not necessarily, but it would make me happy though.
Well,
Yeah.
be honest. What's like the cutoff like height? Like the height that's the cutoff for you that you will never give no time of day if it's below this certain height. What is it, 6 foot, or is there, or you can work with something less? But what's that cutoff height? What's the cutoff height?
5'5".
5'5". Okay, if it's shorter than 5'5", then no can do.
No kid.
5'5" is like 5'5" is like Kevin Hart.
I mean, I'm gonna be okay with 5'5", but
Anything less than 5'5", no can do.
no can do. No.
Even if he was a good guy, even if he was a good guy, but he was like 5'1", but he was a good guy. Good guy.
I'm not the one. I'm not
All
the one.
right. All right. For all the five guys and below. All right, that's fine. That's your preference. All right. Okay. So the height. What about the? Does he have to be attractive, or can you date ugly guys?
I mean, he don't gotta be fine, but he ain't gotta be ugly either. But
Okay, so
for me, I don't think it really matters for the looks to me, because personally for me, I would rather he be a good guy than a fine looking guy, because a fine looking guy, and not every fine looking guy is this way, but a fine looking guy wouldn't have like a good heart, like like some people would say ugly guy.
why do you think? Why do you think good-looking guys doesn't have a good heart?
I don't think every fine looking guy has a bad heart. I just think some of them think they got it like that because they get people looking, or they get girls or guys, whichever they prefer. But some of them don't know how to be humble.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes like when somebody's more attractive, they're cocky.
Yeah,
They're cocky. They don't have any humility. Um, All right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so but the guy's absolutely ugly. You good with that, right? You can work with that.
I can work with it
All
because
right.
I don't think beauty's gonna last that long. Because for me, that you're gonna get old and wrinkly anyway.
All right, all right, all right. All right, cool. Okay. What about okay? So we got the height, we got the looks. What about the what about the body? Like fat, big, in shape, average.
I think like average or thick for
Ah,
me.
all right, okay, but not obese.
That's hard. That's hard.
No, so hey, it's your preference. Like what do you want? What do you look for?
Honestly, didn't even think about it until now because uh, me being single, I never thought about dating like that. But I don't think I would mind obese.
Okay, so if the guy was obese, you can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about okay, we got the height, looks, body type. What about the career? Does he have job, bum, video games? Does he have to what do you look for when
I
it comes
think
to
I think if for me, if he has a job trying to work towards a career,
Mhm.
I'm all for it. But if he's just a working for a job, I'm cool with that too. But jobless, I think if you gonna be jobless, you gotta at least do something like cleaning or whatever it, for your like household or something.
Okay, so you will still date the guy that he doesn't have if he doesn't have a job, you will still date.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he okay? All right. So the so does he have to be looking for a job or he could just be like that?
He gotta be looking for a job.
Okay, so if he's unemployed but he's not looking for a job, there's no can do.
Nope.
Okay. Would you be able to would you be open to support him for a while till he gets back on his feet?
uh, I well, I think because I'm raised like so strictly and culturally,
Hmm.
the way that I was raised, I don't
Yeah.
think if I was as independent as I want to be, I would, but because I'm not, I don't think I can.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So you won't. So if he's, you're not gonna support him. He has. You want a guy that's able to support himself. Okay. All right. All right.
Because because if I can't support myself the way I want to be, how am I going to support you the way you want me to support you?
Okay. All right. All right. So those are your preferences. All right. What is your like turnoffs? Like what's your turnoffs that things that if a guy has this, it's turns you off and you won't date him. Like what are your what are your turnoffs when it comes to men?
For me, if one turn off is how they treat like a mother figure is
Okay.
like if he treats his mother figure like badly, that's a turn off because I know that's how he's gonna treat me and my own mother and all my mother figures.
Okay. All right. All right. So so as long as the how he treats the women in his life, right?
Right.
Right.
Um,
Especially the respect of the elder women, the way he
yeah,
treats them. That's a big turn off if he doesn't if it's disrespectful to those women. Okay.
yeah,
All right. Especially his own mom, right? Yeah, especially his own
right.
mom. All right. Any other turn offs?
There's like a lot. Like if he's not like chill with my family as I am with my own family, I think that's like a huge like turn off because um that's gonna like keep me away from my own family. And if he's just like so like bossy, like, oh, come do this, do that, do this, basically a misogynist, I don't think that's something I want to like be around, because that's just negative as hell.
Okay, so if he okay, so if he all right, so if he's always if he has if he always has issues with your family, then that's a turn off.
Yeah.